have a card making video for you today because, you know, it's World Card Making Day and that seems appropriate. And also because I am doing the card drive with Spiegel Mom Scraps and I'm going to be making lots of cards this month. So a card making video seemed appropriate. I'm going to start by cutting my card base down. This is Nina cardstock. It's 110 pounds. And I'm just going to cut it down to a little bit smaller than a card base. So a card base is 4¼ by 5½, and I'm cutting my card base down to 4 by 5¼ I'm going to be using my brand new Clique Kits Gather collection today, and I don't have an unboxing of my Clique Kits kit for you this month because my kits came in starts and spurts and in pieces. So I didn't get all my kits. In fact, I'm still waiting on some of my kits. So I didn't want to wait for everything to come before I started to create. But it's based on the Auburn Lane collection, which is hands down so far this year one of my top 3 collections. And I say that, the only reason I say it's not my absolute favorite collection from this year is because I got Vicki Bouton's Field Notes, and I love that one just as much as I love Auburn Lane. And I just received yesterday Paige Evans' Whimsical, and I adore that too. So those are my top 3 for the year. I can't imagine that there will be anything else that'll come that I'll like as much as those 3. So I also have another process video coming up next week. Next week is like mixed media week on my channel in case you're interested. So I am stamping with Ink Road Stamps Bella Flora stamp set, and I'm stamping with Vintage Photo Distress ink. And this is actually going to be a background. So I'm basing my card today off of a sketch. Spiegel Mom Scraps is hosting a card drive this month. And I've mentioned this before. One of the recipients of all of these cards is the personal care home that my mother-in-law lives in, and that my father-in-law was cared for in until he died. And my father-in-law, not my father-in-law, my stepfather. My stepfather was cared for in this home until he died, and so. This has a very kind of close to me feel because I'm going to be hand delivering some of these cards for this card drive. So Jody's given us a ton. I was just checking my planner there. I don't know why, and now I'm checking my phone. Apparently this is like real life card making where I, all the stuff I usually take out of my videos, I left in this time just for you guys. So I splattered some Heidi Swapp Gold color shine on my card base, and I inked the edges with Distress ink. Anyway, and the sketch. So Jody has created a PDF that has 30 card sketches on it. You can download them from her website. If you go to her website, there's a special tab for the card drive with all the information. There's also going to be prizes, giveaway prizes we're going to do. One of the prizes will be a spot in my Simple Elegance class. And yeah, so I decided to go ahead and start using my Clique Kits October kit to make this card my first project. And you know what? Sometimes the first project is just a card because I'm making lots of cards this month, you guys. Lots and lots of cards. My plan is to do all 30 of the sketches. There won't be videos for all 30 of the sketches, but I'm going to try to make all 30 of the sketches. And so I have my card base there, and I'm going to pop these panels up with foam, and then I'm going to separate them out, and I do need to trim them a little bit. So that background I just made is just going to be just that. It's going to be a background. It's going to add some interest to the back of my card, and most of it will be covered up, much like when you have a mixed media background on a scrapbook page and you kind of start to build on top of that, so you can still see some of the background kind of peeking out through. That's how this card is going to be. Speaking of card making too, I will have a brand new card making series starting on my channel later this month. The name of that series will be Card Making for Scrapbookers, and I'm doing it with a good friend of mine, Caitlin Clary, who is Gray Florals on YouTube, and she's super duper duper sweet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pop these card panels up on Fun Foam, and then I'm going to continue on embellishing this card. So this card is one that you could complete without needing the stamped background. It's one you could complete with scraps of paper. It's one that you could complete with just your products at your house. I mean, of course, they're at your house. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Your scrapbooking products that you have kind of hanging out on your desk. So it's a really kind of easy, fun sketch. I did trim the bottom piece of that card base down just a little bit, just so I had a nice gap, because I wanted a nice gap there. I want you to be able to see some of that stamped background kind of peeking through. Part of this gather kit is these amazing die cuts from Auburn Lane. This kit is actually jam-packed full, so I did get my whole main kit, and I'm just waiting on my Traveler's Notebook kit, and then there's a color kit, you guys, that I'm so excited to play with. They started them this month, and there's some Catherine Pooler ink, and it's fabulous. Some paste and a stencil. It's so cool. So that's over at Clique Kits, and you can order it now. But it's a lovely kit. I'm super excited to play with that. Like I said, next week is a lot of mixed media. So anyway, I kind of went through all those die cuts and picked out the ones that I wanted, or, well, ones that fit. So I just wanted a little one that would kind of fit right there. And I decided on that floral kind of bouquet. And then, so I'm thinking about a sentiment. In the end, I don't put any sentiment on this because I love that paper and I just wanted to keep it super simple. And so I decide on just these 3 copper hearts. And again, if you are scrapbooking and you're finishing up a kit and you have just some scraps of paper and you have just a couple die cuts or just a couple stickers, this is the perfect card sketch for it. And then you can play along with us over on the card drive, which you don't even have to use the sketch, but sketches help. So that will complete this card making video today. Have a fabulous, fabulous Saturday, and I will see you all again next week. Bye!